Hello, and welcome to our discussion video. I don't know why I'm talking like that. This week, well, recently I sort of blasted through, week and a half? Yeah, week and a half. I blasted through Arrow, which is a CW show based on the DC comic book hero of Arrow, who's a vigilante who uses a bow. And it was really good. I really enjoyed the show. I thought, I've been meaning to check it out for a while. But I was finally just like, I've not got, I've got stuff to watch, but I don't really fancy. I don't know what I fancy watching, and I'm just like doing my typical research on comic books and stuff. And I'm like, oh yeah, there was that show called Arrow, and I've heard so many good things about it from various places. I'm gonna check it out. So I just started watching. I'm like, alright, the first episode. I'm like, alright, it's alright. A couple of episodes in, I'm like, this is actually really good. I'm really liking this. Got through the first season. I'm like, the first season was pretty good. Typical sort of handling of the origin story and developing the character over the season, introducing his sort of supporting cast of John, his sort of bodyguard, Oliver Queen, who is Arrow, has a bodyguard called John, who's like his buddy. You have and then Felicity, who's his computer expert, and then you've got like Laurel Lance, who's potential love interest, her father Quentin Lance, who's detective, who's investigating the Arrow and stuff like that. You got several villains that he goes up against. You got his family and all that sort of stuff, and it was just really well done. And then the second season, which was the Deathstroke season, which I really enjoyed because I quite like the Deathstroke character, and the guy who plays him. What is his name? Damn it, I forgot his name. But he was in Spartacus, and he's been in a couple other things I've watched, and I really like his acting style. He did a really good job of Deathstroke. I thought, sort of like they handled Deathstroke in a right way. I mean, they've done a couple of other villains, and I'm just like shaky on them. But Deathstroke was really well done, and that season just sort of like was quite awesome. How he developed his character, introduced the Flash sort of character into it, and obviously he went off and got his own show, and season 3 was like every other one that sort of overlapped with the Arrow and the Flash's show. But yeah, season 2 just how it advanced and was really cool. Didn't like what they did with Arsenal by giving him like the Miracle serum and stuff. He's meant, like, I know Arsenal from the comic books, Red Hood and Outlaws, and I really like that character and how they sort of just made his character a little bit different. But again, they made the Canary's character quite a bit different to what I know from the comic books, which again, the Canary is one of my favourite comic book characters currently, and I really need to get, I think, full issue 3 of Signal one's out, and I want to go get that, like, when I next go shopping, check how much money I've got in my bag, because I need to make sure I've got enough to cover my rent and food and stuff. But yeah, do want to get a couple more of these sort of like more recent ones, instead of just getting the graphic novels, which cost quite a bit of money. Spend a couple quid on a couple of issues like them and get that. So yeah. But yeah, season 2 was really good, and then season 3 was the one where he goes against Ra's al Ghul and the League of Assassins, and that was really well done. It's like he sort of having to go against Raz, who's a very powerful guy, and he sort of brilliantly manipulates Oliver Queen, and then Oliver Queen brilliantly sort of goes against him towards the end of the season and eventually does defeat him. and you're sort of like, oh yeah, this season ends quite happily, and you're like, oh, is there going to be another season? Because he's sort of like, oh yeah, goes off and stuff. With Felicity, he's like, finally, yes, I can be with you, because since like the end of season 2, there's sort of like a love interest in Felicity, but he sort of just tries to distance himself just because he doesn't want her hurt, and so she goes and bees with this new billionaire guy who creates the atom suit, which is quite awesome, and the great the Legends of Tomorrow show based around him, and Firestorm, which is a guy from the Flash's show, as well as a new White Canary and a couple other characters. I'm like, god damn, these shows are really awesome. I'm like, kind of like suspicious of what the film universe is going to do, because obviously you've got the Flash's character in the TV show format, and it would make completely not sense if he then went over to the films when they started doing the Justice League stuff. But that'll be in a couple of years from now. They might recast him as someone else. It's like the Suicide Squad. You have Katana in that, and she's being played by someone else. And we had Katana in the Arrow show. We had Deadshot in the Arrow show, and Will Smith is Deadshot in the Suicide Squad show. So they like to recast people, kind of deal. But then again, Deadshot did die in the Arrow show in, was it season 3? I think he died in season 3. Started like, yeah, pretty sure he dies in season 3. But yeah, no, I just really enjoyed the show, and I got through it really quickly. And one of the reasons why throughout the 3 seasons there's flashbacks to his time on the island. He sort of like is in a shipwreck, and he gets stranded on this island for a couple of years, and he goes to Hong Kong, and he's sort of like all of his past stuff sort of has meaning to the current stuff. So in like season 1, it sort of like developed his character of how he learnt how to sort of fight and use a bow and stuff, and then in season 2 it sort of shows you how he meets Deathstroke there, and how Deathstroke gets injected with the Miracle and all that sort of stuff. And it sort of also showcases Sarah Lance, who then is the Canary in season 2, and it becomes Laurel Lance in season 3 because Sarah dies in the start of season 3, sort of thing. But yeah, it's sort of like her relationship with Oliver during his time on the island and stuff like that. It's quite interesting with that. And then in season 3, it sort of like goes to him being in Hong Kong and discovering this like biological weapon, and that's the weapon that Ra's al Ghul is going to use on Starling City. So yeah, it's sort of like it all ties it together, and it's really quite interesting. And I just really enjoyed the show. Really enjoyed the actors in the show. They played the roles really well. So yeah, I would highly recommend it if you enjoy comic books and comic book sort of being turned into films / TV shows. Or I highly recommend you check out Arrow, because it's just like a new take on it. And it's like they're doing the flashbacks and stuff, kept it fresh, and kept it really interesting. And he dealt with quite a few interesting villains, and I'm looking forward to season 4, which starts in October, as well as season 2 of Flash, which again starts in October. And I'll see you guys next time when I'm going to be talking about the Flash. So yeah, peace out, Girl Scout.